Thanks for watching Breaking the News on this Wednesday night. I'm Jana Shortle. As cuts continue across our federal government, driven by the current administration, I want to focus with you on one group of federal employees, veterans. They make up about 30% of civil service jobs, and so these firings are hitting our veterans hard across the country and here at home. The United States Flag Code states that an American flag should only be flown upside down to signal distress. Distress is what you'll find inside this home in Burnsville.
I did it not lightly. It took a lot of thought about it.
Retired Sergeant First Class Joy Marver didn't do it lightly.
It's my statement, really.
Because she earned her rank, serving 20 years in the Minnesota National Guard, beginning the year after 9/11.
It just seemed so patriotic at that time. It was united. I think that's the one time that I felt like I wanted to be part of that.
In the summer of her first deployment to Iraq in 2007, she was part of the reality of a war zone.
All I remember is one of my teammates pulling up in my door on my Humvee. The first thing I did is I was feeling my arms, my legs, and I'm like, okay, I realized then that something, I hit something.
But she was deployed again to Iraq in 2020, and again in Iraq.
Incoming. We were under a really big attack at that point.
Joy survived that rocket attack, but not without injury, a traumatic brain injury that made her what she is today, a disabled combat veteran.
When you signed up to be in the armed forces, you knew it could kill you.
Yes, because I'd rather have it be me over there versus anyone over here.
In May of last year, Joy began what she thought would be her final tour of duty, working as a support specialist with the Veterans Benefits Administration.
I felt the purpose again, and it wasn't for money. I definitely took a big pay cut working there. It was mostly just for a purpose at that point.
Did you like the job?
I loved the job. I was back with veterans, and veterans that understood me and everybody else, that the invisible wounds. They understood that the path that we have all walked before.
Everything was great until 3 weeks ago, when she got to work and sat down at her computer.
As I was logging in onto my computer, it said my access has been revoked. Seek administrator. Right then and there, I knew something wasn't right. Just knowing about all these cuts that are going on and seeing how many people have been let go the week before. So my heart sunk right to the bottom of my stomach, and I just knew.
Knew she was one of at least 1,400 people who were fired that day from the VA system. For Joy, it was because she was 2 months shy of being done with her probationary first year on the job. She left the VA and got in her truck.
As I was pulling away, I was at a red light. During that time in the morning, it is longer than usual due to rush hour traffic. And hit me at a moment, looking at the bridge and wondering if I could just take this truck and just drive it over the bridge. I was planning on it. I was thinking about just driving it right off there.
That plan almost became real until she saw out of the corner of her eye the VA hospital. She drove into that lot instead and walked in to the crisis clinic.
All I could get out was, I need help.
By the end of the day, Joy was home, safe, but in distress. And so she said so without saying a word.
It's not normal for a veteran to invert the flag. It's a statement right now. How to treat veterans.
I reached out to the VA a couple of times to learn more about Joy's dismissal, but they didn't call or email me back. The VA posted a quote from their secretary, Doug Collins, online on the day Joy was let go, and here's what he had to say about the layoffs just that day, because there's been thousands more. These and other recent personnel decisions are extraordinarily difficult, but the VA is focused on allocating its resources to help as many veterans, families, and caregivers and survivors as possible.